Good afternoon, it's Dean Benstock here, in my workshop, ready to do a painting. Just want to take you on that journey with me, if you'd like to come. I've been asked some questions of how to paint work, like the series and stuff like that, so I just want to give a quick overview of that. How do I start a painting? So I'm starting one from fresh. This will be a landscape of some sort. We'll make it up as we go along. It's just for demonstration purposes, so the end result really doesn't matter. But if I like it, we'll sell it at the end. I'll share the profit with you. How about that? If there is any profit. Right, just go through some series of paint. So basically, when you buy a tube of paint, hopefully you can see that. So this is a King's Blue Deep, so it's a beautiful paint by Michael Harding. So this one here, it says series 2. So if you buy a series 1, it's going to be the cheapest, and it goes right up to series about 7, which will be the dearest. I think I tried to get a colour of cobalt violet before, and that was about a series 4. When I went to pay with some other paint, the price was, you know, very huge. So that tube series 4 was about £64.40p. So I put that back and I decided to mix up my own paint and mix up my own colour, which is just as good. However, these companies, they have scientists working for them, as I've explained before, and they develop all the paint for you. So rather than me trying to make up a specific colour, sometimes I rather buy it. You can buy it in a cheaper series, you don't have to pay out the dear ones. This is a cobalt violet here, pale violet, and that's a series 2. So they're certainly affordable. Just stay away from the series 7s, otherwise, you know, you might have to get a loan. Right, I'm going to mix up some paint. Yeah, which I've got in front of me. I haven't mixed it yet. And to mix my oil paint, I use a product called Liquid. So it's made by a Winsor & Newton. So it's just like a thinners that will thin the paint down, and it helps the paint spread on the actual canvas or board or whatever you're going to use. So that's paramount to use that. It's a bit like using you know, like acrylics without water. You need this liquid to actually make the oils work to spread better. Otherwise they'd be thick, like, you know, it's a bit like toffee really, some of them. So it's key for that. I've got some thinners here, so if I want it thin and really a thin coating, I've just put some thinners in there, so that's to help me thin it out. I'm going to mix up some paints. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm just fancy doing a landscape of some sort. We could work together and certainly develop something, that's for sure. So the time now is 2:10, so you can actually see how long it takes to do one. So in front of me, this is a canvas board. So basically I've primed it, so it's all ready to go. It's been primed, all go. This will be my horizon line, which is a bit of frog tape, which is this product here. So it's fantastic for artwork or crafts. It's low tech, so it won't you know, pull any paint off or anything else if you put it over paint, but it will keep a nice line in that. It doesn't bleed, you know, no paint gets under it. So as long as you put your finger across it, make sure it's nice and firm to the board or canvas. So very good products, well worth getting. So I've got some various colours. I'm going to start off with a sky. That's what I normally do when I do landscape, so give that a try. Mix up some colours. So I ain't got a clue what I'm going to do. We'd make it up, but I've done enough in the past just to. I make most of my landscapes up, but it's nice to have a reference, or if you go and do plein air painting, basically go outside and paint real life. That's what I really want to do. I did try it in my garden here, but I just got attacked by flies and stuff like that. They just love the colour of the paint. So I don't know in real life what it's like out there. I've never actually done it, so but it's I'm definitely going to do it. So there'd be no better way of getting the actual contrast of the paint, the colour and everything when you're outside in natural daylight. Be perfect. So I will do that very soon. What do I need now? So a bit of blue. King's blue is nice in the sky, so it's a nice rich blue. So I use it in my meadow paintings and all, so that's always I always like that kind of blue in there. Most people comment on that, funny enough, about the blue. How nice it is, you know. Ain't often you get nice blue flowers, but in a meadow painting you get like little blue bottles and stuff like that, which are lovely. Just give you an idea of the brushes I'm using. I'm using some German brushes here. These are from Atlantis Art. So this used to be in Brick Lane, used to be in the City of London. Now it's actually in London Fields in Hackney. So they're very good brushes, German ones. So before I started, I'll just give them a quick dip in. How have I got all that paint over me? I'm so messy, honestly. It's incredible. I should paint myself and throw the board away, to be honest. Right, okay, I've got in a mess already, as usual. You cannot do without these Tasco's baby wipes. Honestly, I buy boxes of them because I'm getting so much mess. I've already got my fleecy top covered in paint today already, so I've had to clean that off before I even started. Now I've just done all my hands again, so I'm in the right state. Okay, so going back to the brushes, I've wasted so much money on brushes. You know, they advertise them in these art shops and stuff like that, and you think, oh, they're brilliant. You get home and they just flick and splatter paint everywhere else apart from where you want it. Absolute useless. So over the years I've discovered my best brushes are free minks that I have. This company here, Rosemary & Co. Okay, if anyone's doing arts or crafts, this company has got the best brushes in the world. Okay, every top artist use them. They're not expensive. It's a lady and a daughter that make them, and they're in Yorkshire somewhere, or Lincolnshire or somewhere like that. But they are fantastic brushes. I highly recommend them. Brilliant brushes. So the German ones, and then I've got some. I've got this Da Vinci sort of brushes that we use for big, wide, one-stroke brush techniques. So that's in there and all. So we need a bit of blue in here. So let's get back to the painting. So I have a bit of blue in various spots. I should have done a nice summer one. I might do a nice summer painting afterwards, because it's so dismal out there and the weather's shocking. So hey ho, it's going to be a dismal one today because it's bloody dismal out there, that's for sure. All that rain. There you go, there's a bit of blue in there, just add it. But I want it to be how I started. I put the grey on, so it's got to be a moody one now, isn't it? I didn't even think about it before I started, just put it on there. Not to worry, we'll develop something as we go along. So it's mainly for the purpose. So I just wanted to explain to the people that ask me, this is how I would start. Not always, excuse me, but there's so many different variations you can start. So don't be scared to start your way if it's different to mine. I would always recommend, if you've got a board, prime it. If you've got a canvas, prime it. Okay, because that just makes sure that all your blend in and everything else, and the paint just doesn't dry off into the to the canvas or board like that. So make sure you do that. That'd be good for you. What can I do now? What colours? Where should I go with this? I'm giving you a demonstration of how to do a landscape, and I'm making it up as I'm going along. I don't even know what I'm doing. Look, right, okay, moving forward. We need clads, so we can put some clads in there, various areas. There you go, clads. This is white, so I'm mixing the liquid with the paint. So a little bit, don't need a lot. It really thins out the paint nicely, so just need a little bit. In various places we'll have that as a clad. In most Most times I put the glads on last after I paint the old sky, but this time I'm doing it this way because I believe it might be easier for people that never painted before. Just to throw it on in patches. Look, it's not hard. I'm doing nothing that you can't do, that's for sure. Have a bit of white there, bit of white there, white there. I might even have a little bit of zing. Let's just so it shows out. We'll have a little something else in there. Have a little colour. These are good. These big blue rolls of tissues. You get them from Costco on a roll. I have them hanging from the ceilings, and I'll just pull them down and then clean myself up, because more likely I've made a mess on myself rather than anywhere else. Right. So I'm going to give this a little zing, this painting, and liven it up a little bit. I'm going to add a bit of Windsor Lemon, which is a really nice bright colour. You wouldn't think you would have lemon in the sky sometimes, but you actually have a little touch of it here and there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that in, see how it comes out. As I say, it doesn't matter how this finishes, I just want to show you the process really. So I've mixed my liquid with my next colour. Most people prepare themselves properly and then obviously make sure the colours are all ready to go when they start. Look at that, a little bit yellow. I was going to turn green now, I'll beat it with a blue, ain't I? Oh well. We'll soon get rid of it. Let's put a little bit over it. Where's no blue? There you go. If that turns green, it won't matter. I'll soon get rid of it. There you go. The good thing about oil paint and all, you can scrape it off, get rid of it if you don't want it. Easy as that. I'll put it down there, that'll be a bit of grass or something down there. I don't know what's going to be down there, but we'll do something like that. Let's get that liquid out the way, in my way. Right. Okay, other paints, the Griffin ones, I've explained this before, but it's worth doing again. These Griffin ones, they're quick drying paint, so if you need to develop a painting really quick, then I would highly recommend them. Winsor & Newton are a great company. So they've got all the scientists working for them, so just buy them straight from the tube, put your liquid in with it, mix it up, and your colours are there. You just got to choose the colours. If you want to keep your budget really low, you only need a few colours. You need 3 colours, which are your primary colours. Your red, yellow and blue, and then black and white, and you can produce near enough any colour from that if you want to spend time doing that. But I'm lazy, I end up buying them. I'll let the scientists do the work for me. So, but I do mix up some on the palette as I go along. So, right, we need some more grey, I think, just to get this into the mood I've decided to go with. And as you can see, I'm doing it with a palette knife, not even a brush. Your best tools are your hands when it comes to painting, for sure. I'm just putting it in various places with a palette knife just to get it on there. And then what we'll do afterwards, we get a brush and we will continue from there. I've got stocks and stocks of paint. I'm painting all the time, so you do go for it. Canvases, got quite a good stock of them at the moment and all. But it still don't stop me going to the art shops and walking around like a kid in a sweet shop, to be honest. So I still do that. So I can still pick up a load of stuff that I most probably didn't want. But arts and crafts, obviously, I just bought this new thing online, a gyro pen. So basically it is for collaging. So basically, instead of a knife to cut out your items on your paperwork, basically it works like a pen. You just go like that and it cuts it out perfect for you. So anything that makes it easier, then I would highly recommend doing it. Don't make things harder, make it easier. If there's a tool out there, it's like this. These brushes, I'll say Rosemary & Co, they're the best brushes in the world. There's not a top artist ain't using them. various stuff. If you buy these brushes from the start, one, you're going to save a lot of money, and for two, they're going to work for you. It's like buying a bad drill or something with no power, you know, and you're trying to get, you know, drive home a screw or something. It just doesn't work. So it is well worth investing in the right stuff. For this, I believe I've got too much paint on here, so reduce that a little bit and put it in the pile. Don't go to waste, you can just stick it on your palette, and you can reuse it later if you need it, or use it on your next painting. It's up to you. So okie doke, it's quite fit, this paint. You don't have to buy artist materials paint, you know, you can start off with student grade. The only problem is you won't get the results that you deserve if you use them. Your painting won't look as vibrant, maybe, if that's the word I'm looking for. So you want it nice and colourful. If you're going to use these colours, you know, that's what you want. When you start from the sky, down here by the bottom of the frog tape, it should be lighter than above. So as it hits that atmosphere, it should be a bit lighter. So just make sure you grade that down lighter to the bottom when it hits the horizon line. Your horizon line should always be dead straight, so hence why I've measured from there to there, and same at the other end. So make sure that they're exactly the same. I'm just mixing up a bit more paint here for the bottom. I think I'm going to go right zangy down here, so we're going to have, I don't know, we decide what we're going to do down here, but it's going to be a vibrant one, just so you can see it nice on camera and stuff like that. So there you go, look at that, that is a colour. Indian yellow this is, so it's a nice colour. Don't use it often, but you can use it for fields and abstracts and stuff like that, but I'm going to use it down here as a bit of contrast with some green or something like that, whatever I do down here, trees, I'm not sure, but we'll go with it for now. I had it on my palette, so I might as well use it. I only just decided to do a video of landscape. People have been asking me for a while, and I thought, God, I ain't done anything for a while, I better go back and explain some stuff. Hopefully it's clear. As I say, if you're doing arts, crafts, your brushes, Rosemary & Co. Just a company that I use. Obviously I don't get no discounts or anything from them or anything like that. Some artists do, they do support some artists around the world. So, but I don't know them at all, so all I do is order it online. I'm in my workshop today. I've got the fire on, I'm nice and snug today, but over the last week it's been freezing. I certainly didn't come in here. What now? Right, okay, so I've got a good bit of mixture there now. Okay, I just need a little bit of a darker grey, so let's mood it up a little bit. So even more, with a bit more contrast. So there's a tad of white into there, just to lighten it a bit. That is far too dark. This one's a Payne's grey, but it comes out so dark you really have to lighten it a bit to get it that natural sort of neutral grey. But with oil paint, you can just go over it. You can change so many things. It's incredible, you know. You just go over it with another colour, scrape it off, do anything you like. It's very controllable. People often wondering, they start off with watercolours to start painting. But I do paint with watercolours. But I can tell you this now, it's the hardest medium to work with, because it just spreads. You lose control of it. It goes wherever it likes. It don't care about you. It just does what it does. So the easier medium to use would be acrylic to that, for sure. So if you use your acrylic paints, I would recommend that. I'm not telling you not to paint with watercolours, but most people assume it's easier when it isn't. Once you actually start painting with it, I've done loads of paintings with watercolours. It's a lovely medium because it's just like you layer it on like sheets of glass. It really is lovely. So I'm doing most of this with a palette knife. There you go. Here, you don't even need a brush. Palette knife, just to load the canvas. But you would certainly find your own way, what's best for you. But this is, look, all I'm doing is scraping on some colour in various places. So a little bit of knowledge. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to know how to paint. You just need a few lessons, or just you can be self-taught. You can just practice and learn by your mistakes, which, to be honest, learning by your mistakes is the best way in life in general. So, you know, look, you must learn by your mistakes. You don't often learn by many successes in life. It's mainly by your mistakes you learn, and that gets you the successes. But I teach people how to paint, and you know, I've had some. They've gone on leaps and bounds from that. So, you know, just learning, and they're selling their artwork all over Facebook, Instagram. So that's fantastic. I mean, some of my good friends, Danny Fuller, Tony Rosen, fantastic artists. So check them out if you're looking for any artwork. Tony Rosen does a lot of portraits, brilliant artist. His brother Stephen's a great author, so check him out. Lost in Babylon, one of his books, fantastic. So, right, we're getting there. We're filling this up now, so it's getting there. I don't know where we're going to go with it. We'll have to see what it needs. So, could have a bit more blue down here. Looks a bit murky at the moment and a bit miserable, but that is the weather at the moment. So I'm following the weather. Let's add a bit of white down there and come right across. Look at that. So there's plenty of paint on here now to get it where we want to go. And as you can see, I've come down here and I've done it lighter. So to the horizon line, yeah. So that's the atmosphere, picks it up. And then, I don't know, we can put some mountains or do something, I don't know, whatever we fancy doing. We keep going. How long has it been? 10 past 2. 20 minutes so far. This took us 20 minutes, so ain't bad. In 20 minutes mixing the paint up and getting where we need it to go. Just a bit too much paint on there, let's take that off. That's it. Look at that, just get some of that off. A bit too much, otherwise I'm going to have trouble blending it. Right, okay, on to the next stage. Excuse me. Been poorly with a cough and cold last week, so right, I think now we'll start blending it, see how it comes out. So don't be scared to use big brushes. People are scared of it when they paint, and they paint with the most smallest little brush, like these ones here, because they're scared that they're going to mess anything up. I can tell you this now, you paint with a bigger brush, you get a lot more better results. Far too much thinner on that, so I need to reduce that. Took all the paint off there, look. Dipped it in too much. Not to worry. We can always slap a bit more paint on there, look. Get that back again. So I need to I've dipped my brush in too much thinner, so I've just got to dry it out with a tissue and then continue. So, and then basically what I want to do is just make this into a reasonable sky, drying it off. There we go. And then this is the way to hold a brush. This is the way, not like this, like a pencil, like I was just doing a minute ago. This is the best way to hold a brush, like that. Okay, this gives you so much more freedom than that. This gives you that and that and that. With this, look, I can go anywhere with it, so it's definitely better to go across. Just we'll do a bit of blending there. So let's try and blend this up a bit, trying to keep the colours there as best we can. Then what I'm going to do, I will go over it afterwards. So what we will do, I'll use this big brush. This is a big Sax Amiga brush, fantastic brush this one. So just for blending, getting all the colours in. So this will be our first start of the sky. Just keep some of our colours on there. A bit of fluff or something on there. So if you can see this guy now, it's getting moody. There's a bit of contrast there of lights and darks and stuff in the sky, so I put too much paint on, to be honest, in the start, so there you go. You learn by your mistakes, as I say. So right across to the horizon line, like. Okay, so that's a nice start of a sky. Then you can add more paint, more colour, more contrast as you go along. But if you look out the kitchen window, this is what you're going to see today. Plenty of rain, I think. Right, okay. So we just need a few more clouds and stuff in there. So a bit more liquid, mix up a bit of white. Just want a bit more. Got too much black in that one. Nice moody sky. Bit of blue in there. Have a little bit of colour. Took some of this paint off. Got an habit of that, just putting too much paint on, to be honest. And that causes me trouble. I have to take it off again. Too much for what I'm trying to do here today. Hey, it's what it's about. Learning. Make mistakes. Most landscape artists, what they would do, they would basically they'll leave this till tomorrow so it's tacky and then redo it again. Obviously I do that a lot, always have a day or two what's needed, but I'm trying to do this in one sitting just for use. Just so you can see the process where I start. Okay, Right, now we need a little bit of white, not a lot. Don't want too much on there. It's so wet, the paint underneath, it's just not holding, so. There you go. Right. Okay, so it's just a blended sky. The ideal theme would be to wait till tomorrow till it's more tacky, then you can add another layer, vice versa like that. But for this demonstration, we're going to continue as though the sky looks brilliant, but it doesn't. But yeah, there you go. So it's a grey moody sky, definitely. Then on to the next stage, we need to take this frog tape off. There you go, frog tape off. And then we can put something else in there. We can do some trees and whatever, I don't know. Excuse me. We can do some mountains, trees. Let's mix up a little bit of colour here. Black, grey, white, and have some sort of background in there, so background drop. So we'll have some mountains and a bit of blue, because we want it to sit back far in the distance, so it looks like it's a long way away. Make it a bit lighter and a bit more blue, just so it's different from the sky. It has to be slightly different. A bit darker and a bit more blue. I think it'd be perfect. And then these are going to be our little foothills or mountains or whatever we want to call them. There we go. Then we'll take it up a little bit. There you go. Like rocket science, but from a distance, from a landscape perspective. That would certainly look like some foothills or a mountain of that sort of nature. Just taking off some excess paint here. So I want it all to blend into the sky. We've got to make sure that it sits nice. There you go. Then we can bring that sky down into it a bit. So it looks like different little foothills or something there in the distance. That's it. Perfecto. Take some of this excess off at the bottom because we're going to put some sort of landscape in there. Sorry. Some foreground, so some grass or something. Or we could have fields of, barley or so. I don't know. Let's see where we go with it. What colour should I go on there? Yeah, let's do that. Just seeing what colours are on my palette here. Right. Just want some rough edges. We're going to do that. There we go. Get a nice hard bristle brush, and we can do a few marks in here. break up this, going to turn this into some sort of field or something like that. We can have some trees in there if we want. Yep, artistic license and do whatever we like. So there we go. That's it. When you do your paintings, obviously, don't worry about what they look like. No one's going to see them. Only you, unless you want to show people. So it comes out rubbish. Really doesn't matter. It's all about the process and learning. That's the key facts about it. So give it a go. That's what you want to do. Give it a go. If it doesn't work straight away, it takes time. It takes years and years of practice sometimes, depending on what you're trying to do or the standard you're trying to get to. So I'm just trying to add a bit more colour to bring that up. With this yellow and the blue, going to make it a green, exactly what we're after there. So we can put some foothills or other stuff in there just to make it a bit greener. There we go. A lot of people never have time to actually do painting because we've got busy schedules in life. It's totally understandable. But if you want to do it, you have to make time for it. No question about it, you have to make time. Put it in your diary. If you have a diary. If you're that busy. But you don't need to do everything straight away. You know, you can do it in an hour. Now, we started this at 2:10. It's 2:45 now. So I haven't been doing this long. And it's not a million miles away from a painting. So you can always find an hour in your life, or you should do. You need to give yourself some downtime. So stressful. We all need to have a break here and there. Right, what should I do now? Put a few trees in or something, I don't know. Do something to liven up that background. So, take some of this paint off. And we can add some trees in here. Some foothills. Some bushes. Anything that sits there. It's up to us, we can do whatever we like. Just take a little bit of that paint off, just so it makes it easy to apply the next coat for whatever I'm going to do. There you go. We'll still keep them foothills there, so you will be able to see them in the background. So they're still there, they haven't disappeared. There you go. This will take off that paint. There you go. They're going to be our trees. I've decided now we're having trees. Okay. It's a plain sky, so it needs something effective to liven it up. Could add a little bit of lilac in there or something, purple, pink, whatever, I don't know, in the sky. You just continue. Just keep doing it. Adding stuff to you actually like it. And people say, when's a painting finished? When you're happy with it. That's when a painting's finished. People say, oh, it's finished when this stage happened. It's finished when you like it and you think it's good enough for you. You haven't got to please no one else. Don't worry about other people. If it pleases you and you think it's finished, then that's good enough. Right, trees. I'll use this little brush here. I need some. For trees, you want nice. You want some nice greens. This is a Michael Harding Italian Green Umber. What a colour. It's a deep dark green. You have to use pliers and all sometimes to get the tops off. They become stuck with the paint. So let's have a look at this. Oh, that is a nice dark green. That's what I'm after, that sort of thing. So I'm going to turn this into a bit of an abstract painting, I think, eventually. Add a bit more stuff on it, just liven it up. Not abstract, sorry, contemporary. Oh, there's that green, so that's going to be a nice sappy colour. Windsor lemon, that can be added to that. That can be our highlights. So when you're doing a tree or anything like that, you want to start dark. Nice dark colour, don't have to be green. Can be black, can be anything. So it needs to be dark for sure. So, and then you have a medium colour, then you have your highlights on the end. So, but think about it, when you do a tree, you want them little birds to actually sit in that tree. Yeah. It's got to have holes and pockets in it. You don't want it totally filled in everywhere. It looks like it has to be old. It has to be tortured by the weather. There's far too much paint on here for this demonstration, but I'm just trying to continue with it, and we'll do the best we can, because that really should dry before you went further. But there you go, we get there. Demonstration wise, there you go. There's a tree, and there's so many different ways of doing trees, and trees and bushes and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people do it with acrylic first and then go over it with oil. So, which can be done. Techniques, they're all different techniques. Everyone uses different techniques. So, different brushes can help you with your techniques. So this is just a quick little rough demonstration. I just booked up for Paris as an art expo next year in start of April, so I'm looking forward to going to that next year. So that's always good, an excuse to drink loads of wine and have nice foods and everything else. So, and that's right directly facing the Eiffel Tower there, so a really nice venue. So they have one in New York, Basel in Switzerland, and then one in Paris. So the one in New York's a massive big one. That's down by the Hudson River. The one in Basel, I don't know where that is, but it's going to be some contemporary sort of spot out there somewhere. I think it's in Geneva. So we'll go there one day. I look after some buildings in Geneva, so that could be my excuse. Not really. Right, okay, so that's the first colour. Then we go for another one. The next colour now will be a nice sap green, I think. So need a bit more liquid. Where did I put it? Over there. Okay, a bit more liquid needed, just so I can mix these colours up a bit. There you go. A bit more liquid. Right, where was I? This brush. With these paintings and all, you know, sometimes the rougher you paint them, the better they are. What was that? Olive? Was that? This one's got a right zap to it, this colour. Not sure I like that. Okay, I think I'll make another colour. Not too keen on that one. Right. More blue. More yellow. A bit more dark grey. And if you look at trees, I mean, most people say, yeah, trees, what colour are they? Green, yeah, they are. Most of the leaves, but then you look at the trunk, say what colour's the trunk, and people go brown. You have a look. Most of them are actually grey, the trunks. Believe it or not. You know, you might get a hint of brown here or something here and there, but most of them will be like a grey colour because it's weathered. They've been tortured by the weather. So it needs some darker green on there. So it's just an indication, that's all it is. That's all that is. Trying to mix up a nicer green, really. A bit of a highlight green. Too much saturation with some of them, but this one's definitely better for the highlights. There you go. So the light comes in from what side? Let's say there. Coming over that way. The left hand side's got to be a lot darker. We'll do that again. So you can go backwards and forwards, darker, lighter, darker, lighter. And just build it up. Excuse me. So only needs the tip of the brush, just give it some indication that these are bushes, trees. Don't forget these are really far away, so we don't need any detail. But just demonstration of this little video. This is one way of doing it. There's so many ways of doing it, but you'll get the gist. A few little twigs and branches. A bit like Bob Ross, this lot, doing it with the old palette knife. Excuse the noise, a bit scratchy. There you go, that's that done. So, just needs a bit darker there. Places, so we've got the highlights, we've got the mid-range, we've got the base of it, so now we just need it a little bit darker. I'm going to try and do this without getting covered in a load more paint. It's Michael Harding paint, so should be smoother. Right, there's such a texture on it, so thick with pigment, it's not actually going over what I need it to go over. I'll have to really thin it down. It's far too thick to go on there. Right, okay. Then you just need to shape your tree. Make it look like an old lovely tree, you know, that's been weathered. It's been sitting there for years and years. Yeah. Have a bit of interest with it. This poor thing's been weathered, for sure. Same as the bushes, you know. They have an hard life, sitting out there in the fields. In the landscape, so just need that little bit of contrast of lights and darks, different greens, about 3 different greens, highlight it, and there you go. Enjoy it, that's it, the process, you know, that's what it's about. Enjoy it. Fantastic, there you go. That gives you a bit of a guide. Of how it would be done. Look at this, now we're just going to make it a little bit more contemporary. Adding in a little bit of interest down here. Make sure all that sits back in there nicely. To use a palette knife is it's not easy. That certainly does take some practice, so there's nothing you can't do, but it certainly does take practice to do that. But you'll enjoy it. It's just like buttering your bread. If you butter a slice of bread with a palette knife, you know, you've got to make sure you cover the edges. So, you know, if you butter it, you might not cover the edges properly, so you just keep going over it and work with it. Just trying to get some of this to sit back a little bit. There's a little bit too much green there. Adding a little bit of green into that vegetation. Artistic license, you can do whatever you like. If it turns out not very good, don't worry about it. No one will see it apart from you, unless you want to show people. So that already is a little contemporary landscape, and this took 50 minutes. Okay, so the ideal thing would be is to let that sky dry and then go over it with a few lovely floating clouds or something of that nature. That will improve it, but for now I will consider that done. Gives you a idea of how the process was, and then don't be scared, have a go, get your budget in place, and then you can produce your own artwork in no time. So have a great afternoon. Football's coming on soon, so I will certainly be watching that, so enjoy the rest of your day.